Hello, mathematicians. Today we're going to be learning about whole numbers, more specifically how to divide by one-digit numbers. To get us started, we have 84 divided by 4. And to make this a little easier, we are going to solve this using long division. So let's set that up. On the inside, I have my dividend, which is 84, and on the outside, I have my divisor, which is 4. And now because 4 is a one-digit number, we are going to see if it could go into the first digit here, which is 8. So we ask ourselves, how many times does 4 go into 8? And 4 goes into 8 2 times because 4 times 2 equals 8. And now we're going to write 8 underneath 8, and then we're going to subtract these two. Alright, so now 8 minus 8 is equal to 0, and to continue dividing, we are going to bring down our other number, which is 4, and now we want to see how many times does 4 go into 4. And 4 goes into 4 one time, because 4 times 1 is equal to 4. So we're going to write a 4 underneath our 4 and do the same thing and subtract. So 4 minus 4 is equal to 0. And we have no more digits left, so there's no remainder here. So we know that 84 divided by 4 gives us a quotient of 21. And that's it for this problem. So let's move on to our next example. So we have 545 divided by 5, and again, we're going to set up long division here to make it easier. We're going to put our dividend on the inside and our divisor on the outside. And now we're going to see how many times 5 goes into 5, because 5 is the first digit. And we know that 5 goes into 5 one time because 5 times 1 is equal to 5. So now I'm going to write a 5 underneath that digit, and I am going to subtract these. 5 minus 5 is 0. Now we're going to bring down our next digit, which is 4. And now we're going to see how many times 5 goes into 4. So 5 goes into 4 0 times because 5 times 1 is already 5. So we have to look at our previous number, which is 5 times 0. So 5 doesn't go into 4, so we're using 0 here. So we're going to subtract it by 0. So 4 minus 0 is equal to 4. And now we're going to bring down our next digit, which is 5. And now we're going to see how many times 5 goes into 45. Now 5 goes into 45 9 times because 5 times 9 is equal to 45. And so we're going to write 45 underneath the 45 and just subtract. And again, I have no remainder here. So 545 divided by 9 is equal to 109. Okay? And let's do our final example. Our final example is 1,935 divided by 9. So to start us off, we are going to set up our long division. The dividend goes on the inside and the divisor goes on the outside. We're going to start off by seeing how many times does 9 go into our first digit, which is 1. So 9 actually doesn't go into 1, so we can move on and see how many times it goes into our first two digits, which is 19. So 9 goes into 19 2 times because 9 times 2 is equal to 18. So we're going to write the 18 underneath the 19, and we are going to take these two numbers and subtract. So 19 minus 18 is equal to 1. And then after that, we're going to bring down our next digit, which is 3, and then see how many times 9 goes into 13. So 9 goes into 13 one time because 9 times 1 is equal to 9. So we're going to take the 9 and write it underneath our 13, and then we're going to subtract these two numbers. And so 13 minus 9 is equal to 4. And then finally, we bring down our final digit, which is 5. And now we need to see how many times 9 goes into 45. So 9 goes into 45 5 times because 9 times 5 is equal to 45. So we're going to write the 45 underneath, and we're going to subtract these two. And 45 minus 45 is equal to 0. So we have no remainder here. 1,935 divided by 9 gives us a quotient of 215. All right? And that's it for dividing by one-digit numbers.